Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Modeling League Spike Magazine Trophy. It's week number 2, Run Bad. Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the follows as well. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the league. We've got 2 games up tonight. We had 1 earlier today. We have 2 more tonight. We were going to have 3. 1 had to bounce out and reschedule their game, but we're going to get started with it's gonna be dwarves tonight. We've got I Want to Be Like Doug versus Mr. Yuck, Richard Cranium versus Venker, dwarves versus Nurgle. Let's take a look at these standings before we take a look at these 2 teams. In Division A, currently in first place, War Horsemen's Juxtaposed Juggernauts. The Chaos Renegades 1-0-0 is their record after week number 1, followed closely behind by the Real American Heroes, coached by Dead Fred, a Dark Elf coach. He's 1-0-0 as well. The Dead Poets S Beavers Undead team currently in third place over in Division A as well. But we are in Division B here right now in first place. Current league champion Doug the Minotaur with the White Skull Windbreakers and Orc team. 1-0-0 is their record. Eric not far behind, newcomer to the league, Wood Elf team. Elphitus Australis, they won their first game in week number 1. And BB Nuts Harlequins BBFC, an Undead team. 2 draws so far. They played earlier today, drew their second game in this week. They're currently in third place. Second game this week, second game in this competition. We've got Venger up against Richard Cranium tonight. Oh boy, boy. Oh, it's all right, maybe not. Boy, it's Richard Cranium's I Want to Be Like Doug. 13-player roster tonight, coming in a TV of 1,390,000 gold. Oh, there he is, Pepperoni Roller. Pepperoni Roller with his dirty player +2. I hate this guy. I hate this guy. That's a Dwarven team. Look at all the block. Look at all the tackle. High AV, lots of thick skulls. They are slow, of course. 5 dedicated fans, 3 rerolls, 1 apothecary. We'll talk about this team in just a second. They're going to be up against Venger's Mr. Yuck and Nurgle team. They're coming in TV of 910,000 gold. They're getting some petty cash tonight. 11 players on this roster. 2 are not starting, unfortunately. He'll have to pick up 2 journeymen. You can see he's got Mr. Yuck himself, the Rot Spawn, 2 bloaters, 3 pestigores, and then a bunch of linemen, 3 dedicated fans, 3 rerolls. How do the 2 teams play tonight? Well, I mean, what do you say about dwarves, right? Dwarves do what dwarves do. They are slow, they are resilient, they are tough. Block almost all the way across the board. He's gonna cage up early on offense, and he's just gonna stay hunkered down, right? You can see he's starting to pick up these guard skills that are so important for a team like this. They want to stay grouped together. That means they pick up guard usually as a first skill on a lot of these players so they can get that guaranteed assist, which means they're getting their 2 dice, maybe 3 die blocks with the block skill. You can see he has Mighty Blow on Queso Bill. And then of course, he has the Pepperoni Roller, the secret weapon of this roster. I believe Richard Cranium has fielded Pepperoni Roller on the first drive of every single game he's played so far. To effect, Dirty Player +2. Dirty Player is Mighty Blow for fouls. 2020, there isn't just Mighty Blow. There's Mighty Blow +1 and Mighty Blow +2. The same thing applies to Dirty Player. Strength of 7, Mighty Blow +1, but Dirty Player +2. Scary piece, really scary piece. Great follow, I appreciate it so much. On offense, yeah, it's a very slow team, so the defense really just wants to stay ahead of this team. Oh boy, Nurgle's a tough call, but generally speaking, right, you don't want to give up these blocks to these dwarves because they're gonna beat your face in. So if you can stay in front, they're not really a passing threat. They're very slow. If you can hold them to a space a turn, they're not going to be able to score. But Pepperoni Roller is going to be a real problem tonight. And then of course we've seen Kevin Bacon, the runner, and Guac Holiday. We've seen both Doug the Minotaur last season and Richard Cranium this season not shy away from the quick passes, from the short passes when at all necessary. We've seen Doug the Minotaur get a full 26 spaces with a dwarf team. So, I mean, it can happen, of course. But generally speaking, you stay in front of this team, they're not going anywhere. They won't be able to score. The Nurgle team, however, the Nurgle team's tricky. Nurgle, I think of Nurgle as like different chaos, right? So I see a lot of pitch control skills on a Nurgle team, right? So this is a team that I think on defense, what Venger's is going to want to do is he's just going to, he needs to stay in front of the cage and then just kind of wait it out. Wait for Richard Cranium to make a mistake and then capitalize on that mistake. He doesn't have a lot of speed advantage. Great benefit for this Nurgle roster this evening, but still not great speed, right? So if a piece gets marked, it's in trouble, right? We're looking at AG 4+, 3+ at the best on the Pestigors. He really wants to kind of wait it out, see where Richard Cranium goes. If Richard Cranium commits to a wide zone, then maybe he'll converge on the wide zone and try to encircle the offense and stop it. Otherwise, just wait and see. See what happens. When he makes a mistake, capitalize on the mistake. Otherwise, hang back, right? You have these bloaters that have disturbing presence, which isn't really going to be a big deal tonight, but that's a pitch control skill. Foul appearance could be a big deal tonight, right? It's only a 1, but how many times have we said it's only a 1, right? When you rush, it's only a 1, right? A D6 is not enough options, right? It's very, it's not very obvious, especially to people that are new to Blood Bowl or maybe new to tabletop games and dice. You know, you see, oh, if it's a 1, if only a 1's gonna fail, I'm fine. Not true. A 1 is 16 2/3%. That's a lot, believe me. So foul appearance could be an important skill for Mr. Yuck tonight. He does have Mighty Blow on the Rot Spawn. The 2 Journeymen are going to be a problem, but horns, boy. He does have horns that'll give him the strength 4 on the blitzes, but I still don't think he wants to get super aggressive on defense. I think he just wants to hang out and wait. On offense, honestly, I have no idea what he's going to do on offense, other than maybe try to cage up a loose cage, wait for a little bit, try to open the hole. Once you open up the hole, funnel players through, lock the dwarves down from the other side, and then you have the speed advantage and you'll break away for a touchdown. I imagine the 2 runners will be in the secondary as safeties. He'll have to deal with them for sure on defense, but otherwise I think that's the way to go. I think on paper, this would go to Richard Cranium if it wasn't for all that inducement money. Lots of money in inducements mean that Wenger can do a whole lot with that. I can't even speculate what he's going to do. We'll just have to wait and see. So I'm going to head over to Discord to see if our 2 coaches are ready to go. Looks like Wenger's ready to go. Richard Cranium looks like he's in the game as well. When was the last time a rush ever failed? Waiting for this game to go away. As I've said before, as I begged in Blood Bowl 2 days, now we finally get to see the inducement phase, which I think is an important part of the game. I like that we can now see it, and I'm excited to see what Wenger picks up here in week number 2. We have another game coming up after this. After this, we have Stairway to Nuffle versus Street Fighters Turbo Max. That's El Nubarino versus Ian. That will be Underworld versus Chaos Renegades. That's coming up later tonight, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's UTC -4. We were going to air the Cenozoic Park game, but that got delayed until Monday. We might pick up the Bone Breakers game, depending on where it is when we get done with this game. See what happens. All right, looks like clear skies for this second game today. Boot Polish, thank you so much for the bits, I appreciate it. Good luck to all the non-dwarf players, dude. Amen. There we go. I'm sure that ref will be on point tonight. Nothing will get by him. Praise Nurgle. Praise Nuffle. Not Nurgle. Praise Nuffle. But maybe Nurgle. 7 fan factor for I want to be like Doug. Hackflam, Scuttle Spike. We've seen him earlier in the week. 2 heads. Pretty good. Pretty good. We'll see what he does with him here in just a minute. I want to be like Doug. Wins the coin toss, so they are going to be on offense to start with. And we'll see if that death roll is coming out of the pitch. Hackflam, yeah. Mr. Yuck setting up the defense. Looks like they're setting up an anchor defense here. They did pick up a wizard as well. All right, anchor defense, but the linebacker is kind of a safety here. The star player, as you can see here, is two-headed Skaven player, MA9. Oh God, he has extra arms as well. AG2 plus. And it looks like, yes, he's definitely not Death Roller bad. Pepperoni Roller is coming onto the pitch here. Going up against this 3-man defensive line, 3-man offensive line for, I want to be like Doug. Kevin Bacon back to receive. Kevin Bacon, level 3 runner as tackle and block. 9 players on the line. 2 back to receive. Guac Holiday and Kevin Bacon, the 2 runners, back to receive. Here's the kick. Mr. Yuck does not have a kicker, so this ball will go where the ball goes. Oh, all the way to the 24. Prayers to Nuffle fouling frenzy until the end of the next drive. If one of your players causes an injury by foul action, he gains 2 SPP. You can pick up SPP on fouls. Let's go, gents. I want to see it. Deep kick to the 24-yard line. Turn 1 now for I want to be like Doug. Sends Guac Holiday back to cover the ball. Guac Holiday on the 20-yard line. 2-die block to get things underway on the left defensive tackle. Gets a pal here against Scrubbing Bubbles. I refuse to believe that he is aware of any cleaning products. The biggest ragu. The number 5 lineman is going to cross the line of scrimmage and take a mark on Mr. Clean multi-surface. Number 6 Pestigore. 2 marks now. Blitz still on the table. Here it is, 3-die blitz. 3-die blitz is going to work out. He has Mighty Blow. It's effectively an AV 8+. But doesn't get it. 2-die block on the center defensive tackle. It's going to be a knockdown here. Toilet duck, which I meant to look up what a toilet duck was, but I didn't. One more block on the line to take. Takes a mark at Scrubbing Bubbles. Over in the left wide zone. 15 seconds left on the clock. There's that 2-die on the right defensive tackle. Balthazar. When he pushed to the right, or to the left rather. Will eat another block shortly. Here it is. Both down result will work out due to that block skill. Sunday Kid will cross the line of scrimmage. I want to be like Doug, dipping into bonus time. Each coach has 7 minutes 30 seconds in bonus time for the entire duration of the game. And while there is no overtime in regulation play, it doesn't reset for overtime. So once we make the cut to top 4, and then overtime is a thing, if coaches run out of bonus time, it will not be replenished. Turn 1 now for Mr. Yuck. Thank you, BB9. I appreciate it. It's a duck. 2-9 blitz to get things underway on, let's call that a left guard. Wyatt Burp gets the POW, can't break armor. 10 plus, he's pretty hefty armor, and they have fixed skulls on top of that. Blitz now spent. Mr. Yuck does have to be careful with his positioning here. While they do have the speed advantage against the dwarves, they're not terribly fast. So if he finds himself getting marked unfavorably, maybe the dwarves swing out in an opposite direction, he might not be able to catch up. You can see these linemen have an MA of 5. I've never seen a toilet duck in my life. Maybe. Wah! 2+ dodge with Hack's Phlegm. Applying pressure to that ball right now. Good 3+ dodge by the other Pestigore. I've never seen a toilet duck in my life. So I don't know if it is, but I don't think so. Crosses the line of scrimmage over in the right wide zone with Marcus. Turn 2 now, so I want to be like Doug. You'll see before and after I want to be like Doug's turns, the game is asking if he wants to use his wizard or not. You can use it before your turn or after your turn, but not during your turn. 2-die block. You get the POW here on scrubbing bubbles. On the left side of the line, doesn't break armor. Guac Holiday takes a mark on Hack Phlegm. I think we're going to see a Kevin Bacon blitz here. We are indeed. 2-die rush blitz. Gets a dodge push out of this. He doesn't get a dodge push because he has tackle. Tackle negates dodge. Well done. Kevin Bacon playing for a second season. 1-die block on Windex. This will be a push. This is way back in the backfield. Downfield? Downfield. Death Roller slowly repositions. Trundles up to Magnets, the number 4 Pestigore. You were let down? I was actually... I was surprised. I was like, oh, it's shaped like a duck. Push on Tide Pod, the other Pestigore. I think Kevin Bacon's just an auto include at this point. Gonna get the knockdown here on Balthasar, the number 8 lineman. Doesn't break armor. 10 seconds left on the clock for I want to be like Doug. 1-die block will be a knockdown as well. This is in the right wide zone. Signor's Loop says, I can remember the commercials. Really? So it was here. Yes, as I was saying, Mr. Yuck does have to be careful with his positioning here. He certainly doesn't want... I mean, obviously, there's no real reason to do this. Well, now that it's spent, but... Oh, I think I missed the replay. I was in the wrong window. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if I caught it. I don't know if I caught it. Yeah, there it is. Well, as I was saying, he has to be careful with his positioning. Because had the wizard been around, he could fireball. Now, obviously, you wouldn't want to put 9 players in a grid, but to put a bunch of players in the grid, and that's a healthy, a juicy fireball target. instead choosing to zap Kevin Bacon. In the old version of the rules, this would be a lightning bolt. It'd be a 2+ for a knockdown, then you'd go for the armor break. Instead now, he's been turned into a frog. Good recovery here. Good dodge away from Kevin Bacon, the frog. Kevin Bacon's been turned into a frog. He has no hands. He can't handle the ball. That's why he dropped the ball. Has a strength of 1, but importantly, still has his tackle zones, as you can see there. Covers with Hack Phlegm. The defense now has the ball on the 14-yard line. I'm sure he doesn't. I mean, look at him. Look at him. He's cool. He's fine. Kevin Bacon's never been happier. Dude, I block on Mr. Clean multi-surface. Back at the line of scrimmage. This will be a push. And now a 1 die on scrubbing bubbles. I want to be like Doug, taking his blocks first here. Took a 1 die with the block skill, so not as risky as it seems at first. Oh, a dodge rush 3 die blitz by the Death Roller's only gonna be a push. Old Gamer Mike asked, does the frog ever change back? He does after the drive. Oh, do some work, Kevin Bacon, do some work! Kevin Bacon says, I may be a frog, but I'm a professional. Failed the foul appearance roll. That foul appearance says if you try to take a blocker or some sort of action on somebody with a foul appearance, you gotta roll a d6. If you roll a 1, you're so disgusted by their appearance that you're like, you know what, I don't want to touch you. Push on that center defensive tackle. 29 seconds left on the clock. And now turn 3 back to Mr. Yuck. Three die block on Kevin Bacon's gotta be a pal. It's a 5+. It's a 5+. Oh. Oh, how dare you. Got the armor break. Oh. See you later, Kevin Bacon. We'll see you next drive. Hack Phlegm is going to advance to the 24-yard line. He's going to try to stall this out for a turn. BB says the best fumble sound effect is foul appearance. It is, and I can't remember. It's like a dude saying something, right? Isn't it like somebody saying like ew or something like that? Oh, thank you, BB. I appreciate it. And thanks for hanging out with us. I just love Blood Bowl, man. It's such a fun game. 2 die block on Wyatt Burp. All right, you know what? You know what, Signor's Loom? I'm gonna give you that pun. That's, you know what? I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Don't tell Clypeus. 2 die block gets a foul here against the biggest review. 34 seconds left here in turn number 3. That's it. Turn 4 now for I Want to Be Like Doug. They were on offense and they've lost control of this ball. Not only, I would have scored. I would have absolutely scored to get this Death Roller off the pitch. But I guess if the Death Roller's only going to push, then when the Death Roller's spikes have not been sharpened, maybe it's not a problem. Two die block. Back at the line of scrimmage. Going to break armor here. It's stunned. Two die block on Lemon Pledge. Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Now one die block over on the right side. Trying to get this surf here. He'll get it. Had to spend a reroll to do it, however. Boy, that just sounded terrible. Fell through the first quarter now. Mr. Yuck with 2 rerolls. See if he takes any blocks before walking this ball into the end zone. Just gonna walk it in. Well done. Wenger takes the lead 1-0. Great defensive touchdown here. Oh, get that disgusting creature off my screen. Good TD. All right, and the pepperoni roller gone. It's a secret weapon. The ref has realized that there's a giant death roller on the pitch and said, wait a minute, that's not in the rules. Get out of here. Secret weapons can only be fielded for a drive. In this version of the rules, you can argue with the ref. You can argue the call. And now, oh, nope, I have it the wrong way. I'm sorry. There we go. Offense on the bottom. I want to be like Doug. Back on offense for a second time here in the first half. 2-die block over on the left side of this anchor. Gets a foul. Two-die block on the center defensive tackle. Will also be a knockdown. Toilet duck. Level 1 lineman. Yeah, that was really cool in Blue Bowl too. That was great. That was so much fun. Ball kicked to the 10-yard line. It's going to be picked up by none other than Kevin Bacon. Back from his stint as a frog. He's been an actor, he's been a Blood Bowl player, and now he's been a frog as well. What can't this man do? Turn 5 from Mr. Yuck. Two-die blitz to get things started for the defense. Get typical reason why you might see like a mark here and maybe a mark here, right? You swing somebody out here is you pick this player off. Now, where does he go? Everything's a negative dodge for him. And if he's not high in agility, he'll probably just sit tight. This is a way to pick him off and keep him out of the drive. Bacon back on the menu. Boot polish demanding death. The wizard has been spent, so no more wizard for the rest of the game. 2 rerolls for each team. Turn 6 now for I want to be like Doug. They have 3 turns to get on the board here. They are going to be on defense to start the second half. Get the knockdown on one of the defensive tackles. Going after the left defensive tackle here. Scrubbing bubbles. After the windup, gets a knockdown, but no arm will break. Gets the assist for the 2-die on Mr. Clean. Multi-surface. Double pals here. Looking for a 9+. Doesn't get it. Maybe 9+. would be considered average, in my opinion, in the game of Blood Bowl. 8+ is a little weak. 10+, fairly strong. Two-guy block back at the line of scrimmage. Balthazar, one of the journeymen, taking a push. Journeymen are your standard linemen, except they have the loner skill. Loner is a negative, not the loner skill, loner trait. It's a negative trait or a nega trait that says if you want to use a team reroll for this player, spend the reroll first, then roll a d6. On a 4+, you get to reroll, otherwise you've lost your reroll. So you'll often see these journeymen up on the line just eating blocks, exerting tackle zones. And you certainly don't want to lead a turn with a journeyman block if you can at all help it, because it's very easy to have a turnover. Fails the really stupid roll by Mr. Yuck. Really stupid is the nega trait of Mr. Yuck. Before he takes an action, has to roll a d6. If there's an ally next to him that can tap him on the shoulder and say, hey man, you're actually in a game of Blood Bowl, then a 2+, he'll be able to take his action. Otherwise, it's a 50-50, it's a 4+, and if he fails, then it's very similar to Boneheaded at that point. He'll sit there confused, lose his turn, but more importantly, perhaps, is losing all of his tackle zones until he passes that really stupid roll on a future turn. Mr. Yuck keeping a healthy secondary in position. Knows there's only 2 turns left for this dwarf team. They are not fast. He just needs to keep them from getting past him. Two-die block. Back at the line. This is going to be a knockdown. Uh-oh. Got a son out of it. What a wind-up. Toilet Duck's going to get knocked down here as well. 9+ breaks armor. No armor break. Ball's currently on a wannabe like Doug's 4-yard line. Can he score? Yes. So it's 16, right? So there's 13, 14, 15. Is he going to score? Probably not. There's also the option to hand off or to pass. Two-die blitz on Mr. Clean multi-surface. This will be a POW. Getting a bunch of marks. I think Kevin Bacon might be advancing to the 8. We'll see. There he goes. Kevin Bacon on the 8-yard line now. It's not enough. Let's see. What's the plan? Guac Holiday has to score. It's KO here. We'll see if that KO sticks at the end of the half. Guac Holiday is at 6-6. Guac Holiday is the only threat. Two-die block on the right. Wide zone. Another armor break gets sun out. It's not going to matter. Turn 7 now for Mr. Yuck. Minute 31, just one player moved into position, takes a mark on Guac Holiday. Guac Holiday is the only scoring threat. However, we talked about how Nurgle has these pitch control skills, and I said in the pregame, disturbing presence, probably not going to matter. Well, it'll matter here. Disturbing presence exerts that disturbing presence in a 3 a 3 space, would you call it a radius? In a 3 space square. In a 6x6 square where you're in the middle. And that's whether you're standing or prone. Hype261, welcome to the stream. Yeah, maybe it is a cool push play. Maybe. Let's see what happens. 2-die block on the source of Rogers on the left side of the pitch. We'll get a knockdown. Sometimes a little guac all you need. +3 dodge blitz to get the knockdown on General So. All right, trying to set up some columns here just to make this run as hard as possible. Mr. Clean, multi-surface, standing up. Mr. Yuck, the team Mr. Yuck now into the bonus spot. And then the player, Mr. Yuck's going to knock down Paul Fenyon. Turn 8 for I Want to Be Like Doug. They have one option, and that's Guac Holiday. Can he do it? Is he a hero? We'll see. Deny block on Mr. Clean multi-surface. Looks like he's trying to set something up here. Should I block on Marcus? This will be a push. Did spend the reroll here. Boy, what? I guess a blitz with Guac? But a blitz means you can't score, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can't blitz with Guac Holiday. Here's the handoff to Guac Holiday. It's a 5+ fail. It may as well re-roll it. Good catch. It's not over yet, Guac. It's not over yet, Mr. Holiday. One die block. Or one die blitz. Oh, I think the blitz means he can't score. What am I missing? Oh, he'll get the follow-up, that's why. But not with that. He can't take that. Oh no! Good effort though, good effort. Good attempt here. By I Want to Be Like Doug. Didn't work out here. Would have been real difficult, but would have worked out. Or would have been fun, I should say. Got the good 5+ handoff into Guac Holiday's hands. Then the blitz failed. Yeah, the Guac was pretty gross. Go for a ball pickup here with Tide Pod. Does he have a way to score? Good ball pickup. Oh, okay, cool. I was like, why does he do that? Pass for some SPP. I thought that was hack flame for a second, but nope. Good pass there. Well done. Good presence of mind by Wenger to pick up an extra point SPP on Tide Pod. Nurgle PS. Just like a Nurgle team with their Edge 2. Gets a push, just looking for some SPP here to end the half. And Mr. Yuck's going to be in the league. In the league. They are, in fact, in the league, but they're also in the lead. And they're going to be on offense to start the second half of his game. Well done by Wenger there. to get that defensive touchdown early and get that death roller off the board. I want to be like Doug to set up their defense here, screening out this Nurgle team. They're not a particularly fast team, but they are faster than dwarves. Well, not faster than the runners, I suppose. It'd be a full 11v11 on, yeah, full 11v11 on the pitch. I want to be like Doug, choosing to screen out the offense. 3 players on the line, spread wide. After this game, we'll head on over to the... all right, let me try. The Subductus Super Silicarpters versus the Bone Breakers. Berserker Tempest versus Gale She 1. That's should be underway as we speak. We'll head on over to that at the conclusion of this game. And then at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, UTC -4, we're going to see Stairway to Nuffle versus Street Fighter's Turbo Max. Elney Barino versus Ian. That will be Underworld Denizens versus Chaos Renegades. Yeah, old Gamer Mike says the dwarfs need to hit harder. It's all they do, and they're not doing it enough or hard enough. 5 on the line for the offense here. Hackflim Scuttle Spike himself, the star player, back to receive. No kicker for I Want to Be Like Doug. Might be deciding to try to kick this short. Doesn't have the kicker, but he might try to kick it short. Here's the kick. Kicks it deep. But he's going to get a full 6-player blitz. We'll see if this is a touchback or not in just a minute. But 6 players he gets to activate. Unlike the LRB6, you only get to activate 3 players plus D3 players. You roll 3 on the D3, so that's a total of 6. The LRB6, you could activate everyone who wasn't marked. So all 8 of these players here basically get a free turn. And you treat it like a turn. He can take a blitz action. He can do whatever he likes. And there's the blitz. 2-dot blitz in the left wide zone. Double pals on Scrubbing Bubbles. Can he get the 9+? He has Mighty Blow. Gives him a +1 to the armor or the injury roll. Ah! Death! Death to Scrubbing Bubbles! I refuse to have a clean bathroom. SP Beaver, thank you for the bits. Two-die blocking the double pals into murder. Ball's going to stay on the pitch. It's going to bounce forward to the 24-yard line. Now Mr. Yuck in turn number 9. They're in the lead. They have 3 rerolls, but sadly have lost alignment. Sends Mr. Clean multi-surface, the number 6 Pestigore, back to try to get some coverage on the ball. Sends back Marcus, the number 9 lineman, as well. This is good action orders. In the game of Blood Bowl, you want to take your least risky actions first and your more risky actions last, if you can at all help it. So you see he put players into position. He put players into position to protect the ball first because there were no die rolls associated with it. Then he went in for the ball pickup. Surprised he didn't take some blocks first. But that's all right. Went in for the ball pickup, moved the ball forward. Well, we'll work on it. We'll figure it out. 2-9 block on the center defensive tackle via pound. Death to scrubbing doubles. Mr. Yuck trying to set up some protection. Going for the blitz here. 2-9 blitz on General So. Gets a strength 4 thanks to Horns. Horns gives you a +1 strength on a blitz. You'll see this on Chaos teams a lot, right? Here he only has, I say only, he has 3 players with Horns. Chaos teams will have all their linemen, all their beastmen will have Horns, so you don't really need to choose who your blitzer is going to be. You can almost always get that +1 strength. Space forward by Magnets over in the right wide zone. Turn 9 now, back to I want to be like Doug. I've played my lawyer trap card. Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? It's embarrassing, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Oh no, double skulls! Double skulls! That's not what I wanted to tell you. Spins a reroll here. He gets a knockdown. I really, really, really like... oh, good injury. Another removal. Well done. I really like that Yu-Gi-Oh! It's the video game of the card game, but it's like all... Like, you don't have to buy cards. It's like all the cards that have ever been made ever. Legacy of the Duelist? Man. Oh boy. I own it on like 3 platforms. Come see me in Yu-Gi-Oh! I think frog legs taste like bacon. It has to be merch. It has to be. 1 dive block over in the right wide zone. Way out in no man's land. Gets a pal here against Toilet Duck. Turn 10 back to Mr. Yuck now. Mr. Yuck trying to find out where they want to be. They definitely don't want to give up the ball. If they can't score, they might try to punt, but they can't really punt too far. Going for the handoff. Handing off to Magnets, the number 4 Pestigore. Okay, no handoff. Going to keep the ball in the hands of Hack Flem. When old gamer Mike says, when folks ask what football is, I always tell them it's what folks in the UK think football is. 2-9 blitz in the right wide zone. They're going to get a push. .17 seconds left on the clock. Mr. Yuck has the ball in the hands of Hackflem Scuttle Spike. So the 6-yard line in the right wide zone. Has already scored once with Hack Phlegm. Could score again, but remember, these star players, they're SPP vacuums. Like, you're not scoring those SPP for your team. And it's often a decision you have to make in league play. How important is it that I win this game versus how important is it that I'm leveling my team and kitting them out the way I want them to be? So we often see plays in league play, in our league, where folks might do they could score, but they're going to risk a handoff anyway because they want to get the SPP on some other player. Another 2-die block at the line of scrimmage. This will be a knockdown against Balthazar, the number 8 journeyman. Boy, that windup. It's a stun. I would be surprised if he doesn't hurt himself on the windup. like you just dislocated your shoulder. 2-die blitz. Gets a knockdown here on Windex. Windex is the number 2 bloater. Bloaters have a strength of 4, but not when they're off the pitch. Good removal there. I want to be like Doug. Now starting to remove players like a dwarven team should. Turn 11 now for Mr. Yuck. 8 players left on the pitch for Mr. Yuck. Still has all 3 re-rolls. 7 minutes, 6 seconds left on the bonus clock. Plenty of time left. Two-die blitz on Queso Bill. This will be a knockdown. Queso Bill, the lineman with guard and mighty blow, a high dollar player. If he wasn't down so many players already, I might think about fouling Queso Bill. Oh, everyone lost their opportunity to get their SPP on fouls, didn't they? That was last drive. Boo. Two-die blitz back at the line. Gravy Croc, it's going to be pushed 1 space back. Takes a marker over on the right side. Marking Toilet Duck to get the assist for the 2-die block. Or I'm sorry, not, he's Toilet Duck. He's marking Soy Sauce Rogers so Toilet Duck can get the 2-die block. Moves the ball carrier back to safety. Looks like he's deciding safer to hold on to this ball. I'll retreat this way. This will eat up more turns. Boot polish is fouling is its own reward. SPP cheapens it. Spoken like a true corn worshipper. Turn 11 back to I want to be like Doug. Source of Rogers is going to walk right back up to the line over in the right wide zone. Ball's currently on Mr. Yuck's 20-yard line. 2-die block at center pitch will be a knockdown. Tide Pod. Now a blitz on Marcus. Marcus, the number 9 journeyman. Uh-oh. Breaks armor. Gets a KO. Well done. 7 players left on the pitch for Mr. Yuck. I want to be like Doug with a solid player advantage now. Four-man player advantage for I want to be like Doug. Starting to advance that secondary forward. Turn 12 now for Mr. Yuck. I want to be like Doug. Being careful to not overextend here. He knows how slow he is. He also knows he needs to get at this ball. Probably playing for the draw. Almost certainly playing for the draw at this point. Mr. Yuck, of course, playing for the win. 2-die block. His double pals on the Soysa Rogers. 10 plus will break armor. And even then, there's a thick skull to get through. Can't break armor. Now has a 2-die on the Sunday Kid. 2 rushes over in the right wide zone. Mr. Clean multi-surface now on the opposing 8-yard line. There's that 2-die block on the Sunday. Whoa, on the Sunday Kid. Gets a pal here. Can he break armor this time? Very, very difficult to break armor. We've talked about this on numerous occasions, but especially if you're new to the game of Blood Bowl, you see that armor value. You see there, that AV value. It says 10 plus. It means on 2d6, if you exceed 10, if you get, I'm sorry, if you meet or exceed 10, you will break armor. And you may think to yourself, okay, well, what's the difference between AV9 and AV10? Well, it's just one linear point, right? It's not, because you're rolling 2d6s. So, for example, on AV7 plus, there are lots of ways to roll a 7, and a few less ways to roll an 8, a few less ways to roll a 9, and so on. But then you think about an AV 10 plus, right? There's not a whole lot of ways to roll a 10, and even fewer ways to roll an 11, and just one way to roll a 12. So the difference between AV 8 plus and 9 plus is significant, and the difference between AV 9 plus and 10 plus is significant. Taking blocks, getting knockdowns, and not much else. It's going to knock down number 8. I'm sorry, going to push the number 8 journeyman. Mr. Yuck decides to shoot the ball down pitch, crosses the line of scrimmage, is on the opposing 4-yard line now in kind of a loose half cage. And now I want to be like Doug. We're going to start sending these runners over to try to lock this run down. Here it comes. 2-die blitz. Gets a push on Mr. Clean multi-surface. Well done by Richard Cranium. Sets up Collins in the right wide zone. The reason fails the 50-50 dodge. Stuns himself. The reason columns are so effective is if you imagine you have a piece here, you're exerting tackle zones here, right? And then maybe you have a piece here, and you're exerting tackle zones here. Well, if I blitz this guy, well, now I can run this way, right? But instead, if I set up, say, columns, right? Now, I've got these tackle zones. So even if you blitz, oh, boy, I've got the lines all over the murder. Oh, that's fine because it's not a murder when you praise Nurgle. Let's see if I caught the replay. Let's see if I caught the replay. Yes, indeed, I did. I like to think the red lines are like, see, so this is how you kill someone effectively. Ball's going to advance to the 16-yard line. As I was saying, right, if you have these here, now, whoops, now your tackle zones are here. And so now if I blitz this guy, you still have these tackle zones here, so you're still safe. You're still covering that space. Doug the Minotaur says, this is not what Doug would do at all. After that murder, second murder of the game, I might add. Magnets, number 4 Pescar, in control of the ball on the opposing 6-yard line. Here, I'll try it. Kill this man. Kill Kevin Bacon. Takes a mark on Magnets, the ball carrier. It's Wyatt Burt marking the ball carrier currently. Hackflim, Scuttle Spike also in there. Here's the blitz. 2-die blitz on the ball carrier. Got the POW. Great stun as well. Breaks armor. Ball's going to scatter down to the 18-yard line. Fails a rush here. He'll spend a reroll on the Sunday Kid. Decided not to spend the reroll. Decided not to spend the reroll. That'll be a turnover. Good setup here. You get the 2-die blitz. Got the POW and a great stun out of it besides. Failed the rush after the 2+ pickup. Hackflim. Oh, buddy. 2+ pickup by Hackflim. Rushes in the end zone to score. Fails the rush, spends the reroll, but fails the loner roll. Remember, Hackflim is a star player. All star players are loners. SB Beaver with the emergency rush warning. Thank you for the bits. Too little, too late. But I appreciate the bits nonetheless. 2-die blitz on Mr. Clean multi-service now. Ball in the hands of who else? Kevin Bacon. But man, I want to be like Doug, really running out of time. What is happening? This is a crime scene. Or it would be if we didn't have the blessing of Nurgle. Praise Nurgle. Takes a mark, gets 2-die on Balthasar. Did I circle the wrong player? The death of his teammates only powers up Kevin Bacon. What? He now has an MA of 14? Kevin Bacon, you evil man. Turn 13 for Mr. Yuck. 2 turns left for I want to be like Doug. I don't... Man, this is an uphill battle. They've got to end next turn in scoring position. 2-die blitz on Kevin Bacon. He'll get the knockdown here. Sell merch through threats alone. Kevin Bacon knocked down here in turn 15. The ball on the 22-yard line. Gonna try to score with Hackflim again. I was gonna say, don't tempt fate. Well done by Mr. Yuck. And that's gonna all but put this game away. Well done. Still have a little bit of game left. Nice TD here by Mr. Yuck. 2 heads, extra arms. Yeah, old gamer Mike is exactly right. That's 6 SPP that Wenger will not be seeing. He'll get the win here, but will not be picking up those 6 SPP. I know in Discord there was the video for Mr. Yuck and I watched it, but I can't remember the theme song. I just have the Grinch, Mr. Grinch theme, not theme, but the song in my head. And I'm just thinking, you're a green one, Mr. Yuck. There's the kick, if you call that a kick. Solid defense once more. Oh no, we had a blitz before. Solid defense here. 6 players to reset into a different orientation if Mr. Yuck chooses to. I doubt they will. Ball on the opposing 6-yard line in the left wide zone. 15, turn 15. For I want to be like Doug, they're going to take a bunch of blocks. There's one. 2 more to take. Here's another. Gets a foul on Hackflem. And you can see Wenger putting Hackflem on the line because he doesn't care if Hackflem gets injured or removed. That is not a player on his roster. Two stuns. Give me the GG foul. Oh, I think he's gonna do it. I think he's gonna do it. Oh, it's a journeyman. Who cares? I mean, he can hire the journeyman. There's no SPP on him. He's gonna go after Marcus, the other journeyman. He is. 3 assists on this foul. Oh, the brutality. Got the removal, did not. Oh, he did get called off. Rolled it on the injury roll. Argue the call. Argue it. Argue it. Yeah. Unsuccessfully argued the call. Turn 16 for Mr. Yuck. Oh, that poor journeyman. He was like, I'm just working here today, and then I'm gonna go home to my kids. We're going to the carnival. Now he has an undue medical bill. Turn 16 for I want to be like Doug. 7 assists. Maybe 2 plus. Let's go. Looks like he's going to try to pick up and pass for some SPP. 50-50 on the pass. I'll spend a reroll because why not? Good catch. Got another point of SPP on Kevin Bacon. It's just rude. Do it. It's a journeyman. It's... Just show me. Hey! Hey! There we are. Mr. Yuck advances into first place here in week number 2. 9 weeks in regulation play in the Spike Magazine Trophy before the cut to top 4. That'll be a single elimination bracket, and after that, we will have our next open competition, the Dungeon Bowl. Before that, we've got plenty more Blood Bowl to go. And next up, We're going to head on over to Berserker Tempest versus Gaelshi 1's game, Subductus Supersilicarptors versus the Bone Breakers. That's Undead versus, that's Underworld versus Undead. It should be going on right now. We'll pick it up probably somewhere in the first half.